A few months ago, my friend said something seemingly mundane that has since stuck with me. I asked her what time she wakes up in the morning. A basic question. For me, I like to set my alarm for 6:37, not a minute later and not a minute less. That's 3 minutes to get out of bed, 10 minutes to brush my teeth, wash my face, pick out an outfit, 20 minutes to eat breakfast and get out the house, 30 minutes to drive to school, always leaving early just in case of traffic, and 5 minutes to walk to my class. The same thing every single day. Expecting her to say something similar, I was completely shocked when she told me that it depends. It depends? As someone who found comfort in a strict routine, it had never even crossed my mind that some people have very loose routines or no routines at all. For me, having a routine meant order and predictability. It meant having my day flow smoothly and not having to think about the next step. The same thing every single day. Soon, I realized I was becoming something closer to a grocery list than a high school student. When is the latest I can leave the house in order to make it to school on time so I can maximize sleep? How much time can I spend while making breakfast while still getting 2 full minutes to brush my teeth? Although these thoughts sound absurd, I was truly obsessed with perfecting my routine in the same way that an engineer is obsessed with optimizing a machine. However, that's the problem. We are not machines. Well, we are not destined to live life in the most efficient way. Our primary goal is not just getting from point A to point B, but instead to enjoy getting from point A to point B. In the midst of this routine crisis I was having, I stumbled upon a rather profound statistic. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic can be used as the perfect case study to investigate the impact of routines due to its immense impact and recency. As noted by the National Library of Medicine, during the pandemic, on average, time spent on physical activity decreased by 112 minutes per week, while time spent on inactive activities increased by 21 minutes per day, leading to more cases of suicidal ideation and depression. The National Library of Medicine attributes this data to the fact that during the pandemic, people's routines were completely eliminated, leading people to have too much free time that they knew what to do with. However, I would like to offer a different perspective. Instead, it was the creation of new routines that led to this mental health crisis. People became enthralled with technology, quickly resorting to social media and streaming services instead of participating in their normal daily activities. It was never the elimination of routines that caused this mental health crisis, but the creation of new ones that invited a plethora of unsustainable habits. So why does this all matter? Why should we care? To start, the rules and regulations that we place onto ourselves in the form of routines are arbitrary and have no grounds in reality. What has made my junior year better than my sophomore year is my determination to break the routine. I choose to stay up late talking to my cousin on the phone who lives across the country, even if it means I'm going to lose a little bit of sleep. Or I choose to catch up with my friend who I see in the hallway, even if it means I'm going to be a few minutes late to class. Sophomore year, I fell into the trap of living the same life every single day. At the time, I never realized the disservice I was doing to myself by placing such strict boundaries. However, then I realized that these boundaries were just that, self-imposed boundaries. For example, who's to say that we should go to bed at the same time every single night, even if we need different amounts of rest based on the day we've had? Albert Einstein once said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get a different result. How can we expect today to be better than yesterday if we're not actively trying to change it? As high school students or adults with careers, routines are a fundamental part of life. With the strict schedule that routines shove down our throats, it's necessary for us to find a balance between the monotony and the chaos that a lack of routine provides. So, am I saying that routines are always a bad thing? Well, no, of course not. In fact, routines are the very basis of our functioning society. Routines allow people to grab a cup of coffee at the crack of dawn for their red-eye flight, and then grab a Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell when they land. After all, we expect services to operate during their scheduled hours. Break the routine. Try something different. It can be as simple as cooking dinner with your family instead of ordering takeout. While you're at it, you'll find yourself nurturing precious relationships with your family while also learning fundamental cooking skills important for your future. Or you could try taking the bus to school instead of driving. You never know. You might just meet someone that can change your life. And yes, maybe having a strict routine can allow someone to become more successful or achieve more. However, I warn you, the path to prestige is often a path that one must go down alone. So I encourage you to flip the script, and instead of prioritizing your achievements, to prioritize your relationships. As noted by the Harvard Study of Adult Development, the longest running, most in-depth study on human happiness in the world, relationships are what lead for a happy life. Not money, not social status, and not fame. The way we perceive this world individually is based on how we interact with it. One who puts more effort into experiencing all that they can is often rewarded with a sense of exuberance and a newfound appreciative outlook on life. These rules and regulations that we unknowingly, yet willingly place onto ourselves shield off so many opportunities and experiences that are begging to be lived. We must unlearn these restrictions and embrace the spontaneity. There are countless movies, TV shows, books, foods, cultures, the list goes on, of things that we have not experienced and will never get the chance to experience. But we have to try. What is the point of being human if not to try to experience everything? What is the point of being human if not to appreciate what other humans have built around us? Stop restricting yourself. Break free from the molds. Break your alarm clock if you dare. Break the routine. Thank you.